And we are here for the last UFC event of the year. The same guy that finished the year last year is finishing the year this year. Colby Covington. But let's get straight into the first fight. Ah, my goodness. From a night without any WMMA fights to a night with two of them. We got Josephine Knuttson set to face off against Piera Rodriguez in this one. The odds favor Josephine to get it done, and so do I. I think she's the better fighter. Oddly enough, Piera only wins fights by finish, and Josephine only wins fights by decision, and I see it going that way. Piera is a live dog in this one, and that's why I don't think you should be betting it. She is going to be working for a takedown and try to establish control and ground and pound, but I see Josephine Knuttson managing to keep the fight standing, keep Piera at range, outstrike her. I believe Josephine is a better fighter and gets the job done. Moving on to the next one, we got Davey Grant set to face off against Ramon Taveras. Boy, is this going to be a tough one. Some people say it's a coin flip, but I see it going in the favor of Taveras, and we'll be placing a bet on that. Davey Grant has been known as being a tough out for anyone, but he has never really been able to get over the hump. He is also an aging fighter at the age of 38. But Ramon Taveras is a dude that'll put a ton of pressure on his opponent, and I see that managing to edge him over Davey Grant in a very, very close decision. Unless Grant manages to click him on that blocky chin of his and put him out, I don't see him winning this fight. So Ramon Taveras' moneyline is the play on this one. Next up, we got Miranda Maverick set to face off against Jamey-Lyn Horth, and I gotta keep it simple. The odds heavily favor Maverick, so do I. She can even finish the fight, but let's just stay away from this one. Next up, we got Miles John set to face off against Felipe Lima, and boy is Lima a really good fighter. Miles John is a tough out as well for anyone, and he is also very, very durable. He's going to try to impose his will with the wrestling heavy game plan, throw overhands if all else fails, and try to finish Lima. But Lima is way too technical, and I do see him managing to win against Miles John. I see the fight ending by decision, but let's stay away from it in terms of betting. Next up, we got Sean Woodson set to face off against Fernando Padilla, and a lot of people favor Fernando to get it done. I don't see it going that way. I think Sean Woodson manages to get it done. I'm going to be placing a bet, putting my money where my mouth is on Sean Woodson to get it done. I think he's a much better striker. It's really hard to take him down. People are underestimating him because of his performance against Alex Caceres. He still managed to win that fight. His striking is still really clean. Fernando Padilla, the only way he wins is by finish. It's really hard to finish Sean Woodson. Good luck closing the distance on Sean Woodson and getting your strikes off. He's a phenomenal striker. I mean, I don't see him looking for a takedown and getting caught in a Darce choke from Padilla as well. So all indications for me point to Woodson getting it done by decision. Next up, we got Drakkar Klose set to face off against Joel Alvarez. As simple as it gets, Joel Alvarez wins fights, and he wins fights by finish. I see it going the exact same way against Drakkar Klose. If you're getting put out from a guy like Manel Dariush, and Alvarez is putting guys like Elvis Brenner out, I don't see Drakkar Klose surviving this one. The play and the bet is Joel Alvarez to win by finish. Next up, we got Michael Johnson set to face off against Ottman Azaitar. Now, Michael Johnson is the better fighter in my opinion. He has been clipped so many times, put out cold. But I don't think Ottman Azaitar has that kind of power to put him out. But then again, Michael Johnson loses to guys that he should not be losing to. I see him managing to win this fight, but definitely one that you should fade in terms of betting. Next up, we got Navajo Stirling versus Tuco Tokkos. Stirling is going to get this one done. He is a city kickboxing fighter and he has really nice striking. I see him putting out Tokkos in this fight. This is a layup for him and should be a really nice debut for him. Moving on to the bantamweight division, we have Daniel Marcos set to face off against Adrian Yanez. A lot of people favor Yanez to get the job done, but I'm not one of those guys. I think Marcos manages to win this fight. I also believe he gets it done by finish. Yanez, yes, his striking, in particular his boxing, is really crisp and sharp offensively, but defensively, not sound in the slightest. I think Marcos capitalizes on that, lands some strikes, and finishes Yanez. So the pick is going to be Daniel Marcos, but no bet on that fight. Next up, we got Dustin Jacoby set to face off against Vitor Petrino. Last time Vitor Petrino fought, he made a very boneheaded decision to try to grapple with a grappler and got submitted, getting his very first loss. Dustin Jacoby coming off an upset loss against the returning and surging Dominic Reyes. A lot of people are picking Vitor Petrino on this one. I don't think he has that great fight IQ. I think Dustin Jacoby could actually finish it. I'm going to be placing half a unit on Dustin Jacoby to win because Vitor Petrino's fight IQ is not that good. The path to victory with Vitor Petrino would be to take the fight down to the ground and control him there, because in a striking battle, I think he gets clipped and put out by Jacoby. A lot of people predicted Kennedy and Zechuku to win against Dustin Jacoby when I didn't. And that's because Dustin has some great underestimated striking prowess, and he manages to knock people out that he shouldn't be knocking out. Moving on to contenders in the flyweight division, we have Manel Kape set to face off against Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva looked phenomenal in his KO victory over Cody Durden, putting out a very durable Cody Durden. Manel Kape looked absolutely terrible in his performance against Muhammad Mukayev, but I do see him getting the victory on this one. I think he is the better striker. I think his chin holds up against the power of Bruno Silva, and he manages to win a decision. Not much to say on this one. I don't think you should be placing your money on it because the odds are not that good. Now on to the co-main event of the evening. At the featherweight division, we have Cub Swanson set to face off against Billy Quarantillo, and I believe Billy Quarantillo gets the job done here. The bet is going to be Billy Quarantillo to win and to land more significant strikes. He is a high-pressure fighter that sticks with it for the entirety of the fight. Yes, he may lose the early round, but he'll do enough to win the second and third if the fight goes to decision. He also melts fighters, and Cub Swanson has been broken in the past. He is an aging fighter as well, so I think Billy Quarantillo gets the job done. Now on to the main event of the evening, we have Colby Chaos Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. A lot of people favor Buckley on this one. I'm not one of those guys yet. Again, unpopular opinion, I think Colby Covington gets it done here. The one path to victory for Buckley, in my opinion, is to land one of those powerful strikes and put Covington out, which a lot of people want to see. But I think Colby Covington uses that wrestling pressure and just dominates Buckley over 5 rounds. Is it going to be easy? By no means is it going to be easy. Can he win all 5 rounds? Maybe or maybe not, but I definitely think he can win at least 3 of them. The bet is going to be Colby Covington to land more significant strikes because he is high output with his fighting style, while Joaquin Buckley is not. Don't judge him based on his last fight against Leon Edwards. Am I going to be placing a bet on him to win the fight? No, because there's always a chance that he can dominate the fight and then get caught, like what happened with Stephen Thompson, but I digress. These have been my picks for UFC Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. Be sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the picks and the plays. Subscribe, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, support the channel on the Patreon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, game time.